Hello and welcome to this episode. In this episode, I want to cover what mindset is and why it actually matters. Now, as a mindset coach that's been helping people to change and update their mindset for over 2 decades, I understand the importance of mindset. And in recent years, it's become quite a popular topic. But I think sometimes we can gloss over and overlook what mindset actually is and why it matters. And in a recent episode, I asked you on a scale of 1 to 100%, how important do you think mindset is? And whenever I ask that question, whether it be when I'm working with new clients or if I'm giving a talk to a new audience, it's amazing. The numbers are always very high. But again, I think there's still often a lack of understanding about what mindset is and what a significant impact it can make on our life, on the way we think, the way we feel, as well as our success and achievement. So in the simplest terms possible, for me, mindset is like the programming, the software of which we're running. So our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our attitudes, our habits, our behavior patterns, the way we kind of perceive and interpret the world and our reality is fundamentally based on our conditioning and our programming. So it's like the software of a computer or our phone. So often what can happen is we can go through life experiences and we find ourselves getting to a point where we're running to out-of-date software and programming. So our experiences, our learnings in a previous time in our life, maybe when we were younger, maybe we're in a different chapter of our life, different season, may have served us well. But we've moved forward, we've moved on, we're in a different place in our life. But often we find ourselves running to the programming that's old. I often say to people, I think of it like our phones. You know, we often get prompted to update the latest software. A fix has been released, an update has been created, or it's just been developed. And I say to my clients, if you were working to a phone that was 5, 10, 15, 20 years old, or even older, and it wasn't doing what you wanted it to do, you wouldn't just keep I know some people do, but you wouldn't generally keep using something if it's not working for you anymore. Same as the computer, which I'm using now. The very first computer I ever owned certainly wouldn't be able to do what we're doing here now today. It's not right or wrong. It's just out of date for where we are and for what we want it to do. And our mindset is often the same. We learn new things, we move forward, we develop, we grow, but sometimes the software and programming of our mind, which is our mindset, our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our attitudes, our behaviors, can just sometimes become out of date for where we are and what it is that we want to be doing and achieving. So in simplistic terms, when I'm working with clients, what I'm looking to do is to help them get clear on what they want to achieve and then align their mindset for where they are to help them to make it happen. Because probably more often than not, most clients I see will tell me they know what they shouldn't be doing. They've often, been on training courses. They've read lots of books. They've often, some of my business clients, they have business coaches that are coaching them on the strategy of business, but they find themselves not always getting where they want to be, or it feels like they've hit an invisible block, or it's almost like there's this almost glass ceiling, this glass barrier, this invisible thing that's stopping them from just kind of making it happen and stepping over the line and moving that needle that's going to make the difference. And that's not because of knowledge or intelligence. It's often just because of our programming. Our mind is trying to protect us, to keep us as we are, to keep us safe, which then can often prevent us from taking the action that we want. So everything we do, think and feel is doing one of two things. It's either moving us closer to what we want or further away from it. And if you're finding that there are times where you're not doing the things that will matter, you're not doing the things that are going to make a difference, or you're not doing the things you want to be doing, then there's a high chance that you need to change and update your mindset and align it for where you are and for what it is that you want to achieve. Our thoughts lead to feelings, and then feelings lead to the actions we take or that we don't take. And that all comes back to our mindset. So that's why mindset matters. It's great to have an understanding of mindset, but what's the impact of that? Well, the impact is if you're not achieving, reaching or maintaining the level of success and accomplishments that you want, then there's a high probability that you would benefit from updating your mindset in the same way as you do the software on your phone or your computer. And just like the computer, sometimes, they get a little bit full and clunky and they start to run slow. And sometimes you just need to have a bit of a reset, kind of a restore to factory settings, if you like, or run a virus scan check and then update the latest software to get your mind, your beliefs, your actions aligned to help you to achieve the outcomes that you want. So I hope that's helped you. That's what, in my simplistic terms, that's what mindset is. And that's why mindset matters. It's the difference between being held back and propelling yourself forward to do the things that you want to do, to achieve the things that you want to achieve, to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So if you aren't quite doing that, or you feel as if you're not quite reaching or fulfilling your potential or hitting the targets that you want, then maybe consider it might be a good idea to look within at your mindset, which is the driving force. Like, the sat nav in the car, the GPS system, it's only as good as the programming it's been given. So if you want to go somewhere and your sat nav is programmed for somewhere else, then that's not going to be that helpful. Or often what happens is we program, the mind is programmed for where we don't want to go. And if you're about to embark on a journey, you don't program it for where you don't want to go. You have to know where you don't, but you need to really get clear on what you do. And that's really what shifting and changing your mindset really helps you to do. It helps you to align the conscious desires with the unconscious programming to help make it happen. So out of interest, is there a mindset shift that you would like to make in your life? Is there something that you would like to change, improve, enhance, or achieve? If so, let me know in the comments. What's that one mindset shift that you would like to make that would make a difference for you? And then the other question, kind of revisited from a previous episode, is when I asked you how important you thought mindset was. Well, now I've explained to you a little bit more about what mindset is and why it matters. I'd be interested to know if that number's changed for you, on a scale of 1 to 100%. How important do you now think mindset is in helping you to achieve the life, the results, the success that you want? Again, drop me a number in the chat, in the comments, and I'll be really interested to know what your thoughts are. And if you've got any other questions regarding anything mindset related, again, leave me a note in the comments or drop me a message and I'll happily answer that in a future episode. But for today, take care and remember, what your mind believes, you will achieve. So if you're not achieving the things that you want, then maybe it's time to change your mindset. But just know it is possible. Okay, take care for now and I'll speak to you again soon. All the best.